Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be testing out some new makeup. This is just new makeup to me, not necessarily new makeup to the market, but the star of the show for today's video is the Colourpop Tender Loving Cancer Quad. You guys know I do a video on these quads every time the season comes around, so it is Cancer season. Happy birthday to all of my Cancers, but I do have a bunch of goodies from other brands as well that I'm excited to share my thoughts on with you and try them on camera. Everything is a first impression, so if you guys are curious about this look, how I achieved it, the products I used to achieve it, then please continue watching. Alright, so to start off, I first have a new lip oil that I want to test out. This one is from Beauty. The packaging is so pretty. Like, I'm a sucker for packaging. It's the reason why I wanted to get it. I did get this in PR though, but it slips out like that. It looks like this. It is so pretty, so luxe. Like, this is something I actually would just display on my vanity because it is gold, but so pretty. So let's hydrate our lips to get ready. It does have a little fragrance to it, and the applicator is really interesting. It looks like a peanut. It is just a clear, transparent lip oil. I feel like a lot of brands are coming out with lip oils these days. I like how it's not too shiny, it's hydrating, it's very thin, very smooth, and the applicator is actually quite nice. Like, it really kind of hugs your lips. Next, I have a primer. This one is from Mecca Max. It's their off-duty glass stick. So I have their blur stick and I did enjoy that one, and I actually got this as a free birthday gift. So Mecca is pretty much like a Sephora here in Australia and New Zealand. We actually had Mecca before Sephora, and they carried brands like Too Faced, Urban Decay, like, because before they came we could not purchase Too Faced, Urban Decay unless we got it shipped to like a US site and then shipped here to New Zealand. Maybe like in America it's like Ulta versus Sephora, but Mecca is not really drugstore. I mean, they have a variation of brands, but this is their like in-brand Mecca Max. I'm gonna apply this to the tops of my cheekbones because it's a glass stick, so I'm just gonna assume that it's just going to give me a nice glass looking skin. I mean, my skin is doing pretty bad right now. I feel like I go in waves. Like, last week my skin was doing so good, I was feeling so positive about my skin, and then I just broke out this week. I just broke out. But I'm not really sure if you can see what this is doing for my skin. It's just like a really natural glow. Maybe I'll put it on my nose so you can see. You know, like a transparent glow. So I just put on some concealer over my blemishes, under my eyes. I'm pretty much just only using concealer today as my base, just because, I don't know, recently my foundation hasn't been looking so good, so I've only been sticking to concealer, and I think it goes on pretty well on top of that primer that we use. I have a little bit of glow here and there. But next I have this little powder puff from LH Cosmetics. So I've seen so many people use this kind of puff to set their under eyes, and I feel like maybe it's a little bit different from using a sponge. So I actually got the Ilia Soft Focus Finishing Powder recently. I have used this, so it's not completely new, but I'm still trying to figure out whether I like it or not, so I thought we could use it today. It has a really strong fragrance to it, so that's not something I really love. But I'm just gonna take some powder. I don't know if like that's too much. I might tap some on the back of my hand, and then I'll just go under here. I like how it's like super pointy, so I can really get precise with this. Maybe there is a difference using a puff, because usually my under eyes look really dry. I mean, it still kind of looks dry, but not as dry. So now onto eyeshadow. It is Cancer season, so I'll be using the Colourpop Tender Loving Cancer Quad. This is the eye look that I got out of it. Pretty simple, but love how deep and dark it goes. We love a good purple eye look, so this is the quad. I don't know why I didn't expect Cancer to be purple. I mean, I don't know much about astrology and like the colors. Maybe because I know Cancer is like a crab, so I thought maybe the Cancer palette would be red. So I didn't expect it to be purple, but the first shade I'm using is this one here called Take Care. And this is just going to be our transition, our base. It is a little bit more like a mid-tone mauvey pink. I feel like this palette does go a little bit deeper. It's not as light. But I think out of all of the astrology quads I've used so far, I think this is the first purple one that we have. So the first one I did was, I think, Aquarius, or was it Pisces? I can't remember. But I'll leave my astrology colourpop playlists up here if you guys would like to check the rest of them out. So the way I'm doing them, I'm just doing it month by month. So when it comes to the season of that specific star sign, I will do a little video like this. So in the beginning I did like a mini tutorial on each one, but I thought I would just include some other products while I, you know, play with these quads. Now I'm going into the shade here, the darkest purple, called Hard to Crack. I'm just trying to avoid the Cancer logo, and this is going at the outer corners of my eyes. It is a pretty deep plum purple, so I'm just taking a little bit and working with that and getting that blended out. I'm also going to take that onto my lower lash line as well, just connecting the shadows. Then going into the shade here called So Devoted, applying the shade all over my inner third on my lid. It's more like a muted lilac, you could say. So I'm just blending that out into my crease. And the last shade we're taking is called In My Feels, and this is just going to be our inner corner highlight. It is a duochrome, so it flips a little bit more blue to purple. Like, you see more of the blue reflex, so it does add a little bit more color and dimension to our eye look. So taking it here at the inner corner, and then I'll take that onto this area on my lower lash line at the inner third. I feel like that blue's really pretty with this lilac. I really love that. This might be one of my favorite quads so far. I don't know. Was it because I just haven't played with purples in such a long time? And then I have a new eyeliner to try. This one is from Huda Beauty. It's her Life Liner Quick and Easy Precision Liquid Liner. So I was looking for a new liquid liner, not really to try. I was gonna order the M Cosmetics one because that's the one I really like, but their shipping is just really expensive right now. So I thought I would look around what we have here in New Zealand. I thought, why not give Huda Beauty a go, because I haven't really used any of her products, and the tip was like very micro, like that's super tiny. I just feel like here in New Zealand the options are so limited that like this is really all I could get. So let's try it out. I'm gonna line. Okay, the brush is, it's really small. Okay, this brush for me is a little too short. It would be really good for precision work, but that's typically not my kind of style anyway. I mean, it goes on really smooth and it is pretty matte, and it also is quite pigmented as well. So today I'm not gonna do a wing, but I mean, that's pretty good. This would be good if you were gonna like draw an inner corner or something, but to line my lash line, this is just so short. It makes the task even longer. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of black eyeshadow just to smudge out that wing. That's just what I always do. Although the eyeliner, it is good, like the formula, it's really dark and really black. I just think for what I need a brush that's a little bit longer. So now it's time to pop on lashes. I have these magnetic lashes here from Ace Beauty. I know magnetic lashes have been done before. They, you know, were really popular and hyped up for a while there, but I don't know, when something is so hyped, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to do the trend. Yeah, I'm really late to this. I've never tried magnetic lashes before. So it's my first time trying these, and honestly, I don't really have high hopes, to be honest. So it comes with a liquid liner. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna have to draw over on top of the liquid liner that I did, but this is the lashes. This is the liquid liner. It is so tiny. What? This is the thickest and stubbiest. How am I gonna draw my... Was that magnetic? I don't know. I don't really know if that was magnetic though. I mean, isn't it just better to apply glue? Okay, let me just do the other eye. Let me do it in peace, off camera. And we'll come back. And now for blush, I have this cheek palette from Colourpop. I've had this for so long, have not used it. I've only swatched it, but this one is Cookie Cluster. And I'm gonna take the shade Shortbread, this one here. Really nice peachy shade, and I love the other two colors in there as well. But I think for this eye look, maybe more of a peachy blush will go a little bit better. And I've had this palette for so long and I'm finally using it now. I think I bought it last year. I'll also take the highlighter called a Butterscotch. It's a Super Shock shadow. I'm gonna just use that on the tips of my nose. So we are now moving on to lips. The lip oil pretty much has already soaked into my lips. I'm not gonna rub it off, I think. That is great. Kept my lips hydrated throughout this whole process. Also the lashes. Anyway, I have this lip liner from NYX Cosmetics. The shade is Natural. So Jessica Vu swears by this lip liner. So I'm like, okay, let me try it out. I'm not usually a lip liner girl. You guys know that. So we'll see. It goes on really smooth for a wooden pencil. The color's actually really pretty. Usually with lip liners, I feel they go a little bit too cool tone, too dark for me, but this one's really nice. It has like a peachy undertone to it. And then for my lip color, I'm finally going to be using my Too Faced Lady Bold lipstick. If you watched my low buy update, you would know I purchased this back in January and I still have not used it because of the heart shape and the imprint that I didn't want to get rid of it, but I think it's time to use it. So we're going to use it today. So the shade I have is Comeback Queen. I think it matches the lip liner actually really well. It's a satin lipstick, which I was really not expecting. I don't know if this lip color goes with this look though. That is really pigmented. Alright, so here we have the final look completed. Although there were a few hiccups throughout the video, I actually really do like how the final look turned out. I think everything came together. But I guess to wrap up today's video, I want to give you my final first impressions on each product. So starting off with the lip oil, I think this was a joy to use and wear. Just from opening it, it's such an experience and the bottle is so pretty. And it is super hydrating as well, as you could see. I was filming for I think almost an hour and a half, 2 hours by the time I got to my lip, and my lips still felt hydrated. Even if the shine was gone, my lips were still hydrated, so really love that. As for the glass stick from Mecca, I think I still need to play around with this a little bit more, maybe use it as a cream highlighter rather than it being a primer, because I think at the end when I did set my face down, you don't really see that glow. You see it a little bit actually because I'm not wearing any highlighter, but I still want to play around with this a little bit more and explore different options on how I can use it. But so far it was a good like primer that I used it for today. Then we have the puff from LH Cosmetics and the Ilia loose powder. This puff moving forward is going to be how I'm setting in my face, because I feel like I'm matte for a lot longer, because usually by the end of the video when I'm filming my intro and outro, I do get a little bit shiny where I do need to touch up a little bit, but I feel like I'm still quite matte, and I feel like my skin looks pretty smooth, although my under eyes still look a little bit dry. It does look better from my usual times when I use my sponge. And then the loose powder from Ilia, not my favorite, but definitely not the worst. It does the job. I think it's mostly the fragrance that I'm not a fan of. Then we have the Cancer Quad from Colourpop. I really enjoyed this quad. Maybe it's because I haven't played with purple eyeshadows in a while that I'm really loving how this look turned out, but I do think this quad is a really nice one because you get the transition, the really dark tone, so you could use that for an eyeliner. You get the lilac purple, and then you get a really beautiful duochrome. I think everything complements each other, and with these quads, if you don't want to purchase like a bigger monochromatic palette, these are always a great intro into color. The liquid liner from Huda Beauty, it is good. The formula is good. It goes on super pigmented, black, and matte. It's just the brush tip I think was just a little bit too short for my liking, but this would be really great for detail work, which is what I'm probably going to use it for. So it's not bad, it's just for what I use my liquid liner, just lining my lash line every day. I'm not used to such a short little brush. Then we come to the magnetic lashes. Now, I don't really know how I feel about it. It is right now lifting a little bit on one eye. I think it's something you definitely need to get used to, but personally I don't think this would be easier than applying my lashes with lash glue. Maybe it's because I've been doing that for years and that's just like normal to me. Using magnetics and the liquid liner, this liquid liner as well, I do not like because the brush is so thick. I think it would have been better if the brush was just like a normal brush tip liquid liner. I think magnetic lashes were made for people who find applying falsies on difficult, but personally I think this technique, the liner and the magnetics, it's a little bit harder, and also it feels heavier and it's in my vision. I'm not the biggest fan of it, to be honest. Like, and it's not Ace Beauty's problem, it's more of just magnetic lashes in general. Well, the cheek palette from Colourpop, and yeah, I was gonna love it, nothing new here. And then I have the lip pencil from NYX. Really love this shade, and I think for a wooden lip pencil, it went on really smooth and creamy, and it's from NYX, so it's super affordable. And then lastly, the Too Faced Lady Bold lipstick. This color is really pretty. I think I would have enjoyed it more if I had a different eye look going on, but it is super comfortable. It's like a semi-matte finish. So those were just my first impressions on all of the products I used today. I think overall everything did turn out pretty well, you know, besides the lashes. I think the lashes were the biggest disappointment, and then my favorite maybe was the lip oil, the puff, and the lip pencil, and the quad. Okay, I liked a lot of things. So overall, everything did turn out really well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, if you could, give the video a thumbs up for me. I'd appreciate it so much. Let me know your thoughts on any of these products. Are any of these your favorite? What do you guys think? I would love to hear your thoughts down below. But thank you guys so much for watching as always. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!